Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session on Amazon multi-channel fulfillment and Buy with Prime. I am Matri, and I work closely with our customers on the functional and operational and technical side of integrations, helping brands translate solutions like Buy with Prime into real day-to-day business outcomes across fulfillment, order management, and financial workflows. Joining me today is Manak, who leads solution architecture and technical execution at AppPSeCONNECT. He works on complex integrations across e-commerce platforms, Amazon workflows, and ERPs, and he'll be walking you through the technical and integration aspects of Buy with Prime as we move through the session. So, hi, Manak.
Hello, Moitri. Hello, everyone.
Okay, so together we'll cover both the business perspective and the technical reality of running Buy with Prime at scale and where finance come into the play. If you are exploring Buy with Prime or already considering it but worried about back-end complexity, this session is designed specifically for you. So without any further delay, let's deep dive into the topic. Okay, so let us clearly understand what is Amazon MCF and Buy with Prime is. Because let's clearly separate first what is Amazon MCF and Buy with Prime. Because while they are related, they serve very different purposes. Amazon multi-channel fulfillment or MCF is primarily a backend fulfillment service. Its role is simple and very focused. It allows merchants to use Amazon's logistics network to fulfill orders that come from non-Amazon sales channels such as Shopify or a D2C website. From the customer's point of view, Amazon is mostly invisible here. They shop on your site, complete a regular checkout, and behind the scenes, Amazon's take care of picking, packing, and shipping the product. Buy with Prime, on the other hand, is a front facing solution. It doesn't just handle fulfillment, it changes the checkout experience itself. Buy with Prime brings Prime checkout, fast, reliable delivery, trusted Amazon returns directly onto your D2C storefront. So, how it works? With MCF, the flow is straightforward. A customer completes a standard checkout on your site, the order is sent to Amazon, then Amazon fulfills it behind the scenes. With Buy with Prime, the experience is very different. The customer clicks a dedicated Buy with Prime button, they use the payment and shipping details already saved in their Amazon account, and Amazon fulfillment is triggered immediately. So the checkout itself becomes part of the Prime experience. So to summarize, MCF solves fulfillment and Buy with Prime influences conversion. And once you introduce Buy with Prime, the real question becomes, how does this impact conversion and operations at the same time? So that's exactly what we'll explore next. So now the important question is, why does Buy with Prime impact conversion so strongly? Because customers already trust Amazon. The Prime badge immediately reduces hesitation. The checkout feels familiar, delivery and returns are predictable. Functionally, brands see lower cart abandonment, faster buying decisions, higher confidence at checkout. But it's important to remember, Buy with Prime is not just a front end feature. What happens after checkout is where most brands struggle. To clearly understand Amazon's logistics services, it's important to separate two things: where the order happens and how order is fulfilled. Once you look at it through that lens, the differences between FBA, MCF, and Buy with Prime becomes very clear. So with FBA or fulfillment by Amazon, everything happens is inside the Amazon marketplace. The customer places the order on Amazon. Amazon stores the inventory. It handles picking, packing, shipping, and delivery. From a customer perspective, this is the standard Amazon experience they already expect. From a business perspective, FBA is tightly scoped. It supports Amazon only sales, not your D2C or external channels. On the other hand, MCF or multi channel fulfillment extends Amazon's logistics beyond Amazon. Here, the order does not happen on Amazon, but it could happen on in your Shopify store, your D2C website, or any another third party marketplace. But once the order is placed, Amazon steps in purely as a fulfillment partner. Key point here is Amazon's role is mostly invisible to the customer. So they shop, check out, interact entirely within your brand's ecosystem. While Amazon handles shipping behind the scenes. MCF is ideal when brand wants Amazon grade logistics without changing their checkout experience. Now, coming to Buy with Prime, it combines checkout and fulfillment. Unlike MCF, Buy with Prime is front facing. The order happens on your D2C site. The customer clicks a Buy with Prime button. They use their Amazon Prime account to check out. Fulfillment happens through Amazon's network. This places the Prime badge directly on your storefront, which introduces what we call Prime Trust. Customers immediately recognize fast delivery, reliable service, easy returns, and that trust significantly reduces checkout friction and cart abandonment. Customer experience and trust are the key differences here. So, to summarize this trust aspect, FBA's trust is inherent because the customer is already on Amazon. MCS trust is neutral because Amazon is mostly invisible. But with Buy with Prime, the trust is actively leveraged at the point of sale through the Prime badge. This is why Buy with Prime has a direct impact on D2C conversion rates, not just fulfillment efficiency. From a functional and strategic lens, we must see what are the business value and real world use cases. So, with Buy with Prime, it enables brands to offer prime speed delivery without building logistics, scale D2C operations quickly, support omni-channel selling without operational chaos. We see this working extremely well for brands that are scaling internationally, sell both on Amazon and their own storefront, want faster delivery without expanding warehouse footprint, but value only materializes if operations remain clean. One of the biggest advantages of Buy with Prime is something very simple but extremely powerful: instant recognition. Customers don't need to be educated on what Prime means, they already associate it with fast delivery, reliable service, easy, no hassle returns. So, what shoppers see the Prime badge on a D2C storefront immediately removes uncertainty. From a customer's point of view, Prime acts as a signal of safety. Even if it's a brand they haven't purchased from before, the presence of Prime reassures them that delivery will be reliable, support and returns will be straightforward. That confidence plays a huge role at the checkout stage where most drop offs usually happens. So, Prime also reduces decision friction. Customers don't need to re enter payment details, question shipping timelines, worry about return policies. They already trust the Prime process because they have used it many times before. That familiarity shortens the decision cycle and makes the checkout feel effortless. When trust and friction are addressed together, intent naturally increases. Instead of asking, can I trust this brand or will delivery be reliable? The customer moves straight to I'll place the order. That shift in mindset is what drives higher conversion on D2C storefront. So, from a business standpoint, this is the key takeaway. Prime is not just a delivery promise, it becomes a conversion lever. It directly influences cart abandonment rates, checkout completion, first time buyer confidence, and for many brands, especially in competitive D2C markets, that conversion lift can be just as valuable, if not more, than faster shipping itself. So once Prime starts driving higher trust and higher conversion, the immediate question becomes, can your operations handle the increased volume without breaking? This is where Amazon multi channel fulfillment plays a critical role. MCF allows brands to use Amazon as a single fulfillment backbone across channels. Instead of managing different fulfillment models for different sales channels, Amazon becomes the centralized engine handling logistics. Now, let us understand what it actually supports. With MCF in place, brands can seamlessly fulfill D2C orders coming from their own storefronts, marketplace orders, including Amazon and other channels, mixed fulfillment scenarios where some items are fulfilled by Amazon, others by internal warehouses or 3PLs. From a functional standpoint, this removes a huge amount of operational complexity. Now, the next question is, so why this matters for growing brands? As brands scale, the challenge is really demand, it's execution. Peak seasons, promotions, and campaigns often force teams to add temporary processes, switch fulfillment partners, manually reroute orders. With Amazon acting as the fulfillment backbone, that rework largely disappears. Amazon's logistics network is built to handle volume spikes, seasonal demand, geographic expansion without requiring brands to redesign their operations every time demand increases. So the most significant point over here is scalability without operational rework. This is the real value. MCF enables brands to scale order volume, expand channels, support omni-channel growth without rebuilding their fulfillment strategy each time. However, and this is important, centralized fulfillment only works if your system stays in sync. When multiple channels share the same fulfillment backbone, order flow, inventory visibility, and financial accuracy must be tightly coordinated. And that's where the next part of the conversation begins. The integration challenges that come with Buy with Prime and MCF. Now that we have seen how Amazon Logistics enables omni channel fulfillment, let's talk about what can go wrong operationally and why many Buy with Prime initiatives struggle without the right integration approach. Now, I'll let Manak walk you through what are the key challenges the users can face from business and integration perspective. Over to you, Manak.
Yeah, so thank you, Moitri. Now, this is where we need to do a bit of reality check. So up to this point, everything sounds fairly straightforward, like the Prime checkout, fast delivery, happy customer. But the truth is, Buy with Prime is not just an plug and play integration. So while the front end feels seamless, the back end is where the real complexity lies. So with Buy with Prime introduces the parallel operational flows that most systems are not designed to handle out of the box. So that is the prime and non-prime orders running in parallel. And apart from that, that is Amazon fulfilled and non-Amazon fulfilled items in the same ecosystem. Most importantly, delayed fulfillment confirmation from the Amazon. Also, like the incorrect invoicing, especially for partially fulfilled all the delayed orders, inventory mismatches, like because stock movement does not align with the reality. And once the finance and inventory fall out of sync, manual correction becomes inevitable. So this is fundamentally different from a standard D2C order flow. So for a normal standard D2C flow, what do we do? So an order, when an order is created, the order is immediately synced into the ERP. Invoicing and downstream processes flow. But with the buy with Prime, that assumption breaks. Why? Because like the order is created on your storefront, but Amazon fulfills it later. So until Amazon confirms the fulfillment, you cannot invoice that. So if your integration syncs orders and ERP as soon as they create it, so you immediately run into a big problem. So this is not about the Shopify limitations or Amazon limitations or ERP limitations. So this is totally dependent on the design problem. So the integration must be designed around fulfillment timing, line level behavior, like the order line level behavior, conditional data movement. Without a smart integration bridge that understand the system perfectly. So now we will move to the operational plan. So like when the buy with Prime goes live, the most complexity shifts very quickly to the backend system. So at this stage, you are no longer just managing orders. So you are also managing in the same time, like the timing, visibility, and the financial accuracy across multiple systems. So one of the first challenge is that, as I mentioned already, that is prime and non-prime order starts running in parallel. So from a system perspective, some orders are fulfilled by Amazon, some orders are fulfilled by your own warehouse or 3PL. Some orders contain a mix of both type of item. So if your backend is not designed or distinguishing or manage these flows separately, so complexity compounds very fast. So inventory is no longer sitting in one place. So you need to clear visibility in the inventory as well. So inventory stored with Amazon, inventory managed inside your ERP. If inventory updates are not delayed or inconsistent, then there is a risk of overselling or sellable stock unnecessary, you can say. So both scenarios are directly impacting the customer experience and also the revenue. Now, apart from that, there is another major issue that is the partial or the delayed fulfillment. So Amazon may fulfill an orders hours or even in days. So, and in the mix order, Amazon may fulfill some lines where you have to fulfill the remaining line items. So if your ERP is updated too early, finance sees revenue that has not actually seen. So invoices are generated prematurely. If your ERP is not up to date, then fulfillment and reporting fall behind. So this is where many buy with Prime implementations struggle. Also, from the financial standpoint, so accuracy is very critical in that point. So you need to ensure here, like the invoices are created only after the fulfillment confirmation you will receive from Amazon. So returns and cancellation are correctly reflected. Prime and non-prime order revenue is clearly identifiable. And also without this control, reconciliation become manual error prone and time consuming. So the takeaway here is simple but critical. If order hit ERP too early, so finance break. If inventory sinks too late, then fulfillment breaks. So that's why here time is a very crucial thing. So not just the data sync, it is the foundation of successful buy with Prime integration. So now that we have seen the complexity, so in the next logical question is, so how do you design an integration that maintain visibility, respect fulfillment timings, and keep financials clean? So that's why we will move to the next part, that how APPSeCONNECT enables buy with Prime integration. So up until now, we have talked about the challenges of like the timing gaps, parallel order flows, inventory mismatches, and the financial inconsistencies. Now, APPSeCONNECT is for APPSeCONNECT, we have designed specifically a flow to solve this problem at the integration level, not by adding manual workarounds, by redesign how data moves between systems. So the first and most important things we do is treat buy with prime as its own processes, not a variation of normal D2C order. So we create a dedicated integration. So we have already created a dedicated integration flows specifically for buy with prime orders. This allows us to identify the buy with prime orders accurately, apply different rules than standard orders, control timing and behavior as well for granular level. Now, a key difference in your approach is when data is synchronized. Instead of syncing orders to the ERP immediately after the order creation, so APPSeCONNECT here uses the conditional based synchronization operation. So that means orders are created on the storefront, Amazon fulfills them later. So here APPSeCONNECT waits until Amazon fulfillment. So until like in the storefront, you receive the Amazon fulfillment confirmation. So only then does the order move into the ERP for invoicing and the downstream processes. This ensures that ERP reflect what has actually shipped and what was merely ordered. So this approach directly addresses two of the biggest risks with buy with prime. So one is premature invoicing, which is like one of the crucial thing, and then the data inconsistency between two systems. So by syncing data only when fulfillment is confirmed, we ensure that finance sends the accurate and invoice ready orders, inventory movement align with the reality, and reporting and reconciliation remain clean. So from a business perspective, this means fewer manual correction needed, no firefighting between the operations and the finance, confidence to scale buy with prime without disrupting existing workflows that you already have. So now that we have established the foundation, now move to the next step, that is when prime and non-prime order item exist together. So we called it is a mix SKU order or mix item order. So how APPSeCONNECT solve this? So a single customer order can easily contain both of the item, like one item from the Amazon, like Amazon through buy with prime, and another that you need to fulfill from your own warehouse or from 3PL warehouse. So from a backend perspective, this is where things can get easily very messy and very quickly unless the integration is designed to handle it intentionally. So here what APPSeCONNECT does, so when a mix order comes in, we split the order at the line level based on who is fulfilling the each item. That means Amazon fulfilled lines follow buy with prime lifecycle and non-Amazon lines follow the standard fulfillment workflow. Instead of forcing everything into one ERP document, we create separate ERP documents, each aligned to its fulfillment source. This separation is very critical for the terms of financial accuracy because Amazon fulfillment items are invoiced only after the Amazon confirms the fulfillment. So following this, Amazon fulfillment timing and status updates are very critical. So, and also in the term of warehouse, so it can be invoiced according to the existing internal rules. So this prevents premature revenue recognition and eliminates the risks of invoicing products that have not been actually shipped. So for the inventory and reconciliation part also, it is a very important thing because Amazon fulfilled inventory is reduced based on the actual Amazon shipment events. Warehouse inventory is adjusted independently. So from a finance standpoint, invoice align with fulfillment reality. Reconciliation between the Amazon payout, ERP invoices, and the bank records became straightforward. So no manual splitting needed, no spreadsheet correction needed, and there is no month-end surprises. In terms of financial and accuracy, so it is a scalability concern. If finance does not trust the numbers, growth becomes slow, reporting became unreliable, audits became painful. And by automating this split and controlling invoicing timing, AppSeConnect ensures that Buy with Prime can scale without breaking your financial foundation. So now let's talk about the inventory management, how we can maintain the accurate inventory. So to maintain clean inventory tracking, we also introduce the concept of virtual warehouse here in the ERP. So this virtual warehouse represents the inventory physically stored and fulfilled by Amazon. Inventory tied specifically to Buy with Prime. Since Buy with Prime inventory is updated in near real time on the storefront, this virtual warehouse ensures accurate stock visibility into your ERP system as well. So there is no double counting. So clear separation from internal warehouse inventory. So finally, all fulfillment and inventory updates are synchronized across system in real time. So this means your ERP stays accurate. Your storefront reflects the correct availability of the inventory. Your customer service team always has the right information when customer asks where is my order. So no guesswork, no manual checks. So now that we have covered how orders and inventory are synchronized at a technical level, so now the final piece is understanding how this translate into centralized visibility and control for the business. So that's we will discuss now. So now if I zoom out for a moment, the real outcome of everything we have discussed comes down to control and confidence. So when Buy with Prime, your DTC storefront and your ERP are properly integrated, teams get one single reliable view of what's happening across your business. So from an operational standpoint, this means prime and non-prime orders are visible in one place. Fulfillment status is clear and accurate. Finance operation and customer support are all looking at the same data. So there is no need to cross-check systems or manually reconcile informations. So reduced manual intervention like automation here is about to reach the risk reduction. So by automating the order routing, fulfillment based synchronization, inventory updates properly, invoicing triggers, you eliminate the operational risks that come out with manual intervention. Less manual handling means fewer errors, faster processing, and more predictable outcomes. And this is where scalability really shows up because Amazon is built on a scalable integration architecture. Brands can deploy Buy with Prime faster, handle higher order volume and new channels or regions without worrying whether like the backend is going or not. So automation is not optional in this model. When you are running parallel fulfillment paths, mix order, Amazon-led logistic, manual processes simply don't scale. So with the right automation in place, Buy with Prime can become a growth enabler and not a operational burden. So at this point, you have seen the opportunity Buy with Prime creates, the operational risks if it is not integrated correctly, and how AppSeConnect brings everything in control, in accuracy, and in scale. So now the final question is, how do you adapt these the right way? So Buy with Prime is like very powerful, but it works best when it's implemented with intention, not experiment. So if there are only three things to take away from this session, is this align Buy with Prime to your existing fulfillment and finance workflows. Don't force your business to adapt to the tool. Design the integration to fit your operation. Design integration around the fulfillment timing, not on the based on the order creation. So this is the single biggest factor in avoiding financial and inventory issues. So manual processes So in adopt an automation first mindset that manual processes would not scale in a mixed fulfillment environment. So with the buy with Prime delivers the strongest impact when it is tied to clear business outcomes, not treated as a standalone feature. So it is right fit when conversation improvement is a priority and reducing checkout friction into a strategic goal. So you trust Amazon fulfillment network and are comfortable using it at scale. So you are building toward true omnichannel growth rather than optimizing a single sales channel in isolation. In this scenario, buy with Prime became a competitive advantage, enhancing the customer trust and speed to delivery rather than introducing the operational complexity. Now, there is a question who this is best suited for. So, Buy with Prime is especially well suited for D2C brand focused on increasing conversion and improving the delivery experience. Business already using Amazon fulfillment that want to extend its value beyond the Amazon marketplace. Organization with a long-term omnichannel strategy where fulfillment, finance, and system are designed to scale together. When implemented with the right integration and automation foundation, Buy with Prime can enable growth without disrupting the existing operation. So now before we close, I want to quickly touch on the platform coverage. So in AppSeConnect, we offer native integration with Shopify Buy with Prime, along with proven connectivity to the major ERPs like Microsoft Dynamics GP, SAP, NetSuite, and Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation, and also for the Business Centrals as well. That means you are not starting from the scratch. You are building on pre-built connectors, fulfillment aware logic, and scalable automations that already designed for Buy with Prime and MCF scenarios. So with that, we are almost at the end of the session. So now I will let Moitri to quickly summarize what we have discussed today and help tie everything together from a business and operational perspective.
Thank you, Mana. So, to wrap up, let's quickly summarize what we covered today. First, Buy with Prime extends Amazon's trust and checkout experience directly to your D2C storefront, helping brands reduce friction and improve conversion. Second, Amazon multi-channel fulfillment enables scalable fulfillment, allowing you to support D2C marketplaces and mixed order scenarios without building or reworking your logistics infrastructure. And finally, and most importantly, integration determines success or failure. So, without the right timing, automation, and system alignment, Buy with Prime may create operational and financial complexity. This is exactly where AppSeConnect comes in. AppSeConnect simplifies Buy with Prime adoption by handling time control, automation, scalability. So, if there's one takeaway from today's session, that will be Amazon MCF and Buy with Prime extend Amazon's fulfillment power to your brand, but success depends entirely on clean, well designed integration. And that's exactly what AppSeConnect enables without disrupting your existing systems or workflows. So that brings us to the question and answer session. If you have any questions, we are here to answer you.
So, as we can see, there is no questions as well. So, I think Maitri, we can wrap up the session here.
Sure.
So, thanks everyone.
Thank you, everyone.